Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Rukka Reeler Gore-Tex jacket available at RevZilla.com. This is the Reeler, direct from Finland, new for $17 from Rukka in the US market. If we look at it, this is the replacement for the Armacor. So if you are a Rukka fan out there, this is their Apex Predator. This is their Great White Shark. This is the top of the line when it comes to bomb-proof, 3-season cool to cold weather riding from Rukka. It is a mixture of Gore Stretch, Armacor, and ultimately Rukka's highest end armor component. So again, you're getting a very comfortable jacket. It has a removable full sleeve destination thermal layer that's actually a puffy jacket. It's pretty sweet. We're going to show you that in a second. But it is the amalgamation of the best of what Rukka's done. And you know the Finns are known for their textile. Rukka is a Finnish company out of Finland. But if we look at it again, fall, winter, spring. It's going to get warm as you start to get into the summertime months. There are some direct vents, but this would be one of the best that we've seen within the sport touring, and light adventuring market. There's also the Reeler pant that HVB is wearing to my left. 3 colors. This is the blacked out. It is our favorite. And before I dive into fitment, let me show you the armor. Now, this is Rukka D3O Air. This is the bomb-proof juggernaut that they have developed with D3O. It is a molecular armor. It is temp stable. It is ventilated. And look at the size and coverage of this armor. This is going to be a forearm elbow. It is massive. The shoulders have this. There is a CE level 1 back protector that's included. And for the first time, there is a chest protector made of a similar material, the D3O Air, which again, introducing that shock, it's going to become more rigid, dispersing the energy throughout the entire D3O construction. It's a proprietary form and formula that D3O has developed with Rukka, and you're getting it actually across the chest and sternum as well. And you'll see that when we open this bad boy up. Again, we have not seen them do that on any other Rukka jackets. Now, I will tell you, when I compare the Rukka Reeler against its predecessor, which would be the Rukka Armacor, I like this jacket better. And I like it because it's a little bit more lightweight, it's a little more functional. You'll see the svelte lines of it. It uses that Gore Stretch, which is going to be a Gore Pro rated jacket, but it's actually a stretch material that creates a really sleek and aggressive line versus the Armacor, which was a little bit longer, again, had more of an adventure look, became very crunchy with some of the super fabric in different areas. There were things about that jacket that were a bit more overkill, but they weren't the things that were going to lend themselves to a longer distance comfortable rating over time. And again, with this jacket, you're getting the bomb-proof beefiness of the Armacor, which is aramid Cordura, it's Kevlar Cordura blend at the shoulders and the elbow that beef up those impact zones over top of that armor while keeping it light and flexible where you can. Now, let's talk briefly about the sizing. And as I'm diving into sizing, I'm going to throw a quick nugget at you, give you the sticker shock so we can move on. The price tag of this guy is close to the $1,300 mark. The previous Armacor was around the $1,200, $1,250 mark. This guy goes up a little bit in cost. Keep in mind, it is the Apex Predator. Now let's talk about sizing while you're gasping for air. Now, if we think about size, High-Vis Brian, 6 foot, 195, 42-inch chest, athletic build. He's wearing a size 50. If you looked at the Rukka size chart, it would say buy a size 52. Rukka fits one size big, go a size down. If you're on the cusp or right in the meat of the size curve, just go a size down. Every Rukka product we've had for the last 5 to 6 years has put High-Vis Brian in a size 50 when the size chart has said he's a 52. Rukka, if you're listening, adjust your size chart moving forward. Keep the same sizing, just change the numbers. Or leave it the way it is because it's consistent. But for us in the American market, know that you're going a size back based on what the size chart says. If you need any help with that, call us or email us. We can walk you through it. And as always, we'll ship free over $39. I'd also love it if you click our logo, subscribe to RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Reeler or the Reeler pants or on High-Vis Brian's beard, anything you want to chime in. Or really comparing and contrast this against the Armacor if you take issue with the direction they've gone. Now that we've given you the macro, a little bit of what's working, the what's not, in my opinion, is just the fact that it's such a freaking investment at that level. I wish they could do 90% of this jacket and have it cost $1,000, but they can't. Again, they're using top-end materials, dual stitching everywhere. Again, using R&D and components that are even sourced via third party. It's going to inflate the cost. Do I think value for dollar it doesn't make sense? I don't. I just think that it's a big-time investment, and you need to be a big-time rider that really wants to get the most out of your gear to make sure you're getting every ounce of value out of this jacket. Now, diving into the jacket itself, we look at the collar. A lot of details here. This collar is going to be neoprene at the top. Underneath the neoprene, it goes back to that Gore stretch, and on the inside, it's going to be a lightweight micro suede or a micro, almost like corduroy, to wick sweat. This means that if your neck gets wet or if you start to really sweat, it's going to be comfortable and it won't chafe against you. Notice, they give you micro Velcro with a loop back, so in summertime riding conditions, you have that zipper open a little bit. Notice the exposed garage here in the back, or this rain gutter to catch anything that might come through the zipper. You're gonna have the ability to have that not flopping around and nailing you. What they also give you is a detachable, and we have a detached Gore-Tex stretch storm cuff. So there's a storm cuff collar that actually attaches around the backside here with the zipper, and that's gonna allow you to go all the way up to almost the bottom of your mouth and really give you a full lockdown mode if you happen to be riding in torrential downpours. Keep that in mind. Now, as we work our way down here, these are not vents, these are water resistant zips and pockets. Ultimately, I do have direct vents that are water resistant zips with big YKK supporting them. They directly vent to the body. You can see that orange behind there. That's that D3O Air shoulder component. Notice 2 vents on each side. There's also going to be vents underneath his arm, and we'll show you that in a second. But really, when we look at this, 4 total vents. Maybe another gripe is there's no back vent on this jacket. And ultimately, even if we look at the Energator, which is a longer version of a similar materials, they're going to have a little bit more venting there. As we work our way down, you're going to see reflective piping done very stylishly and very understatedly. Get the value of the reflective, but don't make these big taped areas that show up. Someone's gonna see you at night, whether they're riding or in a car, when their beams hit you, you're gonna have better visibility in inclement weather, but I like that it's really tastefully done, even if you go to the other colorways of this jacket. But again, we like the blacked out. The other thing, staying with that same theme, check out the Rukka logo. Rukka R Gore-Tex. You also have an Armacor stretch down here on the jacket itself. These are very understated. There was a time when we worked with Rukka, and they would just put big logos that were loud, flashy, multicolor all over the jacket. That's a European thing. We said for the US market, you need to make it tonal, make it muted. Nobody wants to be a billboard. People want to know that there's Gore-Tex, but they don't want to be a Gore-Tex advertisement. So keep that in mind. Rukka, way to go on the listening. This really gets that point across by having some of those things built in that give you that confidence, but ultimately not being over the top. Now, if we look at the sleeve itself, there's a lot going on here, more than you might expect. Remember, it's that Gore stretch material. Multiple areas of adjustment along the bicep, 3 snaps. You also have similar adjusters down along the forearm, keeping everything in place. If we rotate around to the sleeve, it's a double gaiter construction. So you have your Gore-Tex gaiter. This is not a monkey paw, it's just a cuff on the inside. And then you have your YKK zip with a water-resistant zipper working its way down. Also on the lateral side here, you have the ability to cinch it down. So whether you're going under the cuff or if you want to do a shorter cuff glove and go put that over the sleeve and go over the cuff, you have that option. Again, really thwarting Mother Nature in the worst climates possible. Also have basic hand warmer pockets here. And Brian, before I twist you to the side, notice the main connection zipper. It's a water-resistant zipper, and you do have a garage here at the bottom. This snap that goes down with this panel is going to make sure it doesn't scratch your tank, because there's a great chance you could be riding this on a BMW RT where you're in that 3/4 riding position. If you're on a Ducati multistrada like the one we have in the back, ultimately what's going to happen is you're not going to have any tank issues. But I almost tapped you there. You got to be careful. But if you were riding in something in the 3/4 position, that's awesome. That's never happened. What you want to make sure is that you never scratch your tank. Now, Brian, turn and face that away for me. Good job keeping it together. You've become a real pro over the years. Now, if we look at this jacket, you're going to see the bulky shoulder. Brian's got athletic shoulders, but this is that Rukka D3O Air. Notice the Armacor, which is Gore-backed aramid Cordura. Again, it's Kevlar and Cordura woven, done in a ripstop fashion. There's your bomb-proof abrasion, again, in your impact areas. Working your way down, Rukka logo. That's their seafaring logo. Rukka's right there. It's in Scandinavia, or Lapland as they would call it. Again, that ties in nicely. It's not overly aggressive. It looks cool, but it's reflective with 2 reflective pipes. More Armacor, big beefy panels, dually stitched. Again, over your normal Gore stretch in the elbows and forearms. Notice how far that armor goes down. That's your armor piece. It is massive. I showed you earlier. Now, if he reaches up, you're going to see the whole jacket is dynamic. It moved and stretched with him. Stretch here, stretch in the shoulder blade. No need for an accordion. What you have is a 2-way zip. That's your other direct vent. Direct vent under the arms, direct vents up along the collarbone and the shoulder. Love to see a vent on the back. These work well depending on the fairing style of your motorcycle. And notice down here, you do have the ability to cinch this back pretty far as well. Now, HVB turned backwards. I've already called out the lack of a back vent. Rukka, give me a back vent on this in the next version. What you also have is an all back, which is going to be CE level 1 D3O included. You can upgrade it to the full back, which is CE level 2. You have a mirroring of this chevron-shaped or triangularly shaped reflective piping that works really well. You can see a little bit of reflective tape up here towards the top. Here's that zipper I talked about earlier. You can see it folding down there really quickly. That's the zipper that you're going to be able to put that storm cuff at the neck, but everything works. It's athletic, it's waist length. It's really a Batman style jacket. I love this on something like a multistrada where it's a little bit dark, it's a little bit aggressive, it's very svelte, it's not gonna be baggy and flappy. It's less off-road adventure, it's more bomb-proof Batman sport touring and lightweight adventure. And if we work our way down, you're gonna see where that back protector terminates. This is not a vent. That is an access point for the back protector. Keep that in mind. Now come back around to the front there. Mr. High-Vis Brian, and that snap right there that I didn't talk about earlier, that's actually for the storm cuff. It's not a loop back for the collar. If we open this guy up, you're gonna see a few things besides his high-vis shirt, which he always wears. First, it's gonna be the rain gutter system, bar tack down. That makes sure anything that gets through this water-resistant zipper stops at the rain gutter. That is Gore-Tex coming all the way out. And remember Gore-Tex. If I almost take for granted if you're looking at this jacket, you know about Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is laminated to the back of these outer shell bomb-proof materials. It is waterproof, breathable, guaranteed for life. And there are a lot of waterproof, breathable laminates out there at this point because the Gore trademark wore off after 25 years. But Gore-Tex is the gold standard from a breathability. There's something like 9 to 11 billion pores per square inch. They only allow sweat and water vapor out. They will not allow any moisture in. So it's a one-way channel allowing the warmth of your body to help evaporate that sweat, allowing you to not have that trash bag effect while staying impervious to Mother Nature. Gore Pro is the highest rated Gore-Tex on the market. There's a Gore Performance rating. This is that next step up, and it really comes down to breathability. Now, when we open it up, you're gonna see a few things. Couple Napoleon pockets, and there we have the juggernaut of High-Vis Brian, which is zipped in right now, and there's your chest protector. D3O Air, CE level 1, fully ventilated, again, giving you great collarbone and sternum protection. And you get to see the base layer here, which is this 100-gram highly puffy fill jacket. Again, a synthetic fill, which gives you that destination liner. We do sell these separately. I saw this, I said, there's a bummer. I can only get it if I'm gonna have to buy the Reeler jacket. And they said, nope. Buzzsaw said, we already have one for you. We have your next wintertime coat because it actually looks really cool. The other thing to keep in mind, it is a base layer, or it is a mid layer rather, and it's a little shorter around the waist. So again, it's meant to go underneath the jacket. It doesn't give you the full length like something you see from a Patagonia that you wear on the outside. Now the inside of this jacket has a handful of things going on as well. Notice the mesh interior, a light mesh meant to wick sweat away and promote airflow. Notice I talked about that micro corduroy up here at the top. There's your neoprene, there's your micro corduroy wicking, not gonna chafe. You do have these D-rings, which allow you to have the straps that go from the back to the front. In Europe, they do that a lot. They'll strap underneath their crotch, up here, lock in on the front, keeping the jacket down if you happen to go down. And remember, High-Vis Brian is wearing the matching Reeler pants, which have a similar configuration. There's my big YKK Vislon zipper that is going to be on a stretch panel going all the way around the backside of the jacket. And even notice here on this thermal on the inside, remember, your waterproofing is not removable. It's baked into the shell of the jacket. Nice zipper garage, nice pull as he comes down. Oh, it's High-Vis Brian, big surprise. Notice here, do have removable suspenders on the pant, but this is a really, really nicely finished with pockets destination layer. You can see the thinness of it. It's about 100 grams, carries the Rukka logo. And there's also a cool feature on this jacket where you'll see zippers along the sleeves. You can actually turn the sleeve inside out, tuck it inside the jacket, and ultimately turn this interior liner into a vest. He actually has it in the vest configuration right now. He can ride with it as a vest. Now this guy is, before you go all the way up there, Briz, this is fully removable. So on a short jaunt, or if you don't want to go full juggernaut bomb proof, you can remove the chest protector in its own pouch, which is going to be washable as well. Now pull that back together. So if we look at it, Gore Pro, Gore Stretch, D3O Air Armor, new school features. You have the destination layer, you have the chest protector from Rukka, you're getting CE level 1 back protection that comes stock on this jacket. You have the storm cuff, you do have some direct vents to the body. Ultimately, though, you're investing around the $1,300 mark. That's what you have to reconcile, and you have to say, do I want the best, or is there potentially some compromise in the entire range of motorcycle gear that might get me close enough because I don't need to be over the top? But I will tell you, over the top, when you think value for dollar, I'm not looking at this and saying it's expensive, because expensive denotes that you're not getting as much jacket as you should for that dollar. I will say that it is one of the most expensive jackets that we carry, or most high price point jackets that we carry. It's a major investment. But in the world of R&D, the world of technology, the world of protection and comfort in motorcycling, which is not a non-technical sport, in many cases you get what you pay for. And when you see third-party logos like Armacor and Gore-Tex and D3O and all of the things that come standard to the table, coupled with the high-end design and manufacturing of the textiles of Finland, That's where you end up at $1,300, and I almost can't argue with it, although I wish manufacturing costs would come down so they could make it more attainable for other riders. Now, the next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Please, 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 read other rider reviews. Don't just take my word for it, but hopefully after watching this, you truly understand how this jacket works and what you would use it for. As always, we'll ship for free over $39, and most importantly, if you want to talk to a gear geek, they can help you compare and contrast it, walk through how this might work for you. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion of the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.